For the next week, there is an exhibition at the Morne Fortune Museum and Art Gallery near the OECS headquarters that celebrates a tree that symbolizes the very soul of Saint Lucia.
The idea is to celebrate our Calabash-ness as a people. It's our national tree, and it is a plant that we know it from birth, really, because in time old we didn't have pots and pans. We stored our water in it overnight. We went to the river to carry water in it, and to store it. More importantly, we had it as plates where we could eat our food, because we couldn't afford them kind of Babylon plates,
The calabash is the national tree of this island, but it also symbolizes the evolution of Saint Lucians and West Indians at large from a self-hating people to a self-loving, more self-sufficient and versatile people. Jomo felt the impact of the self-hatred of our people firsthand.
More importantly, in the early days of Rastafari, the Rastafarian movement, we banned all things that were being imported. And we wanted to go back to our roots and use our calabash. And some of us were jailed. I was jailed for just walking in Soufrière for calabash. Because the police said, you've come to spoil our children. And today it's our national tree, and I'm celebrating it. If another generation, calabash, another generation now.
Why would police arrest harmless vegetarians for carrying a calabash?
Well, it did. Guys just felt we were coming to spoil people's children. They're supposed to eat in porcelain and move up the ladder, so they said. And they say we come to spoil people's children. Away with that calabash thing. And just Shalom Lafwa and myself was imprisoned, just because we were walking in Soufrière with a calabash. Each of us had a calabash with our fruits in it, in the early days of Rastafari. So that's the first time I took a jail.
Was it actually illegal, or were they just persecuting us?
They were just being,
The status quo.
Yes, they say, boy, them fellas come to spoil our children,
When did we start seeing a change in that attitude?
Well, I guess with time, fellas started doing arts and craft. Fellas started, start getting a big up, from rag to riches, And when they went Coco Charles during that period, there was a sort of a census. Well, not a census, but people voted for the national tree, and Calabash was voted for it. So it's even go Messier, Calabash vini go Messier, and now everybody in Calabash ring stood by.
The forces of post-colonial self-hatred could not stop the tide of rising consciousness, however. When the legendary St. Lucian forestry officer Gabriel Coco Charles was replanting the deforested areas of the country, he sparked off something that helped change people's attitudes towards the calabash, and by extension, people's attitudes towards themselves and each other.
Calabash is an economic plant. It's a plant for healing. It's a plant for beauty. It has so many uses, so much you can do with calabash. People have not even discovered the uses they can really do with calabash. Medicinally too. You can use calabash. It's a place of storing water. If you have a crisis, and you cannot get the Babylon thing, you could always store your water in your calabash. You can change halfway. And arts and craft is a major area. We should have gurus of arts and craft. If you go to Martinique and Guadeloupe, and you see the things they do with calabash, nous derrière, qu'on des talents. We should have been doing more arts and craft and producing much more with our national tree.
As Saint Lucia enters an economically transformative period, the calabash tree is once again a tool for teaching the value of self-love, self-sufficiency, and versatility.
Calabash go messier, il can manger à table à présent. À table, it's all in the hotels. It's all, it's been glorified. When something that was rejected, now it is go messier. So it's a beautiful time for us where in our lifetime, alive and well, we could see calabash coming from the Penn State to the State Gallery.
Like Saint Lucia, which grew from a nation of hewers of wood and carriers of water to a nation of Nobel Prize winners and Olympic medalists, the calabash tree is taking its rightful place of honor on the island, in the world, and in the mind. For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seaflay.